What's a common mistake that young leaders and new managers make at work? Why does it happen that some people end up having spectacular starts in their career and then end up faltering a little bit? I'm going to share one simple tip, or maybe two, that can help you to ensure that it doesn't happen to your career. Hello and welcome to another edition of Chai with Pi. My name is Prakash Iyer and I'm fascinated by the stories around us. And I enjoy sharing the stories and the lessons that might be hidden inside them. And if you'd like your weekly fix of stories, do remember to subscribe to the channel. We've all come across these young executives who do extremely well at work and they get promoted and climb up the ladder, and then suddenly something seems to go wrong. What happens? And why does this happen? And what can we do to ensure it doesn't happen to you and me? I've often felt that young executives who come into work are terrific at solving problems, and they become hugely valuable to the team because of their ability to make a difference and go out and quickly solve problems. I sometimes think that a young executive at work is often someone who comes in with a wedge of lime in their pockets, and they come in and someone shows them a bowl of water and says, this is really not worth very much, no one wants it, and they say, no problem. They pull out the lime, squeeze it in the water, and bingo, you've got some fresh lime, and suddenly everyone wants it. And people say, what a star. And that young executive gets promoted. And what happens next? She or he comes into work and someone shows them a bowl. Now this time there are some carrots and onions and cucumber in it, and it's quite bland. And the young executive says, no problem, I know what to do. Pulls out the lime, squeezes it, and makes some yummy salad. And people say, wow, star of the month, employee of the quarter, very quickly gets recognized, gets promoted. And what does she find when she gets into the new role? Someone's kept a bowl of rice. Again, no one wants plain rice. And the young executive says, no problem, pulls out the lime, squeezes it in, and makes some delicious lemon rice. Promotions again, new challenges, bigger problems. And she comes into work fully confident now of her ability or his ability to be able to make a difference, to solve problems. And someone comes in and says, here it is, there's a bowl of milk. And the executive says, no problem, pulls out the lime, and we all know what happens when you squeeze a lime in milk. The milk gets spoiled. And that's something that all young leaders need to learn to avoid. So before you try and go out and say, I know what to do, first check what's in the bowl. Is it water or is it milk? Is it carrots and cucumber or rice, or is it milk? Depending on what's inside, you will know what can work. So as a young leader, don't try and approach every situation and say, I know what to do. Oh, I've done this before. Oh, I know what it takes to succeed. Try and understand what's happening. Try and understand what the problem is. Try and listen to the people there and say, tell me more. Let me understand what you are experiencing, what you've learned, and then I will try and help you with what I can do. That would be a terrific way to ensure that you don't end up squeezing the lime in the milk. And here's one more thing. If you're a young manager, try and say, hey, I've got two pockets. Why should I leave the other pocket empty? So if you've got lime in one, maybe pick up some sugar and put it in the other. Don't be a one-trick pony. Don't be someone who has really one skill set and that's really all that you know. Try and say, how can I acquire a second skill? And what will happen then is suddenly you'll find that when somebody shows you plain rice, you can squeeze the lime and make lemon rice. And when someone shows you a bowl of milk, you can pull out the sugar and sweeten the milk. And the minute you start doing that, after understanding what's happening, you will find yourself almost unstoppable. That's really the secret to becoming as good as you were meant to be. That's all then in this week's edition of Chai with Pi. Until next time, enjoy your chai.